Hello, thank you for joining me. This is the ACCU CRISP training for the MPRA form, part of the IMHS project. First, I'm going to orient you to logging into CRISP. And the best way to do that is to go to crisphealth.org. Once you go to crisphealth.org, there is a login right here section. You're going to click on that login section and then choose the CRISP portal. Once you hit the CRISP portal, that will prompt you to log in. I encourage you to then save that page as a favorite so that it's easily accessible in the future. Once you hit that CRISP portal page, you will then be directed to the main CRISP web page that you will then be able to manage your referrals. So you'll have at this point from the ACCU side received an email that a new MPRA form has been received by your team. So you need to go in and then manage that referral. And the way that you do that, you can do it a couple of different ways. You can come up to search applications here and you can type in manage. And then you'll see manage referrals and you can get there that way. Or you can come down here to your tiles. You will not have as many tiles as I do, but you'll come down to your tiles and you will click manage referrals. Once you come to this main manage referral page, you will have your entire work list of different referrals to manage. As you can see, this is test data. So these under name, you will have all different names here of individual patients that you've received the form from. Each one of these rows here, you can also filter up and down just by touching the arrow next to it. Really what you're going to focus in is the program name. We're in a test environment here, so what you would be clicking on though would be the MPRA in this case. So your program name would show MPRA right here instead, and that's where you would be clicking on. Organization would be the county health department that you're working for. Just to make you aware of a couple of different things that are available on the CBO work list is you can select individual referrals for download. So you come up here and you click that button, and then as you see there's check boxes to the side, you can select specific referrals that you want to download. You would then click the download button and would be able to get a lot of different information about the referral, more specific information about all those referrals that you clicked on. If you do not want that, you can hit cancel. If you want only high-level information about the referrals, you would which includes all of the information right here, as well as the most recent status. You would then click download work list, and it will download the entire work list that is available here. So as you can see, there's 30 records, so all 30 records would be downloaded. When you do look at this list here, you will see that only active statuses are showing. If for some reason you needed to look at past referrals or past information, you would come hit on those three little upside down Christmas trees here. And you can see that the statuses are automatically set at pending, accepted, and enrolled. If you wanted to look at those that were rejected, completed, disenrolled, expired, or closed, you could check on those and it would update your list. So we can do that right now. We will check a couple of different options here. And when we come out, you'll see the page will have reset with additional information. So now, as you can see, we have 35 referrals that it updated. But if you're like, nope, I want to go back to just my active ones, you can quickly hit just reset and it will reset to just those active statuses and it will automatically update your page. All right, so now we're going to click on an individual referral to see what that looks like. So we're going to click on this top one here. And what you're going to see at the top is the overall referral information. That will provide you the referral ID that came through in the email you received, as well as the date and time that the referral was received. Then it will have the patient information that was filled in, as well as patient insurance. All of this information will be grayed out because this was completed by the provider. And so then you will not be able to update any of these additional fields. It's only for information purposes only. So once you do that, as you can see, it will have the program name, Normally this will have the MPRA information here. The organization will be the county, and then where it's coming from, which is the HIE directory, and then a description. As you can see, again, this is test, but yours will have the actual MPRA information in there. And then you'll be able to see all the information that was completed by the provider on the MPRA form. Again, this is test, so not as much information has been completed, but you will be able to see any information that has been completed, including the risk factors and any other relevant information. And then it has who completed that and their contact information. And then we're here in our journal information update. So this is where you will update the referral. The first decision here is if you're going to accept or reject the referral. I'm going to hit the reject button here. And as you can see, there's many different reasons for rejection that come up. You would then choose the appropriate one if the person was rejected, and such as patient decline. And you can put additional information in there and confirm rejection. I'm going to cancel that out and I'm going to accept it. Let's say the person accepted. Then as you can see, a journal entry was automatically created here. The most recent will always be on the top. So we have a pending, the referral was created, and then it was accepted here on 3/25. Then let's say you needed to update again. You'll be provided guidance from MDH on what each one of these statuses entail. So we can say enrolled. Services, and we can say WIC, and any kind of update can be included in here. And then you would continue to update once they have completed the process as well. Disenrolled will not be used in this workflow, so you can completely disregard that. So no disenrolled, but the other statuses will be used. And again, that guidance is provided to you by MDH, so please use that when you're updating and submitting your journal statuses. So once you've updated your journal and you have decided that a referral for this patient needs to be submitted to the MCO or to the public health team for additional referrals, then what you need to do is you need to download this form. So the way you're going to download it is you're going to come up here to the top, 3 lines, and you're going to choose print to pending. So you will hit print to pending or print to PDF, and you will save it as a PDF. You're going to save it as a file in your secured file location. So it will literally just be a copy of your entire form, and you will hit save and save that to your files. Okay? Also, if at any time you hit journal information and you were updating the status and you made an error, you will come up here and you can reset it to pending at any time that it's necessary. So for example, if you accidentally clicked enrolled and they should only be at accepted, you could reset to pending and then change it back to accepted. The only time you're not able to reset to pending is if you've hit completed. If that's the case, then you do need to contact CRISP and put in a ticket for that. So now that you have downloaded and saved this and have determined that a referral needs to be submitted to the MCO or to the public health team, then we needed to submit those referrals. So again, you will be managing all referrals here in your manage referral list. These are the ones that are coming directly to you. And now we're going to send a referral. So in order to send a referral, that looks a little bit different. So we're going to come back to the home page. So in the home page, first thing you need to do is put in the patient's first, last, and date of birth and hit search. Once you do that, the patient's name will come up. And then you will click create referral. So now we're going to create that referral to send to the other organizations. So you would hit create referral, and you can do it again from this tile here or from selecting it from the boxes below. But once you click on the patient's name, Create Referral will come up. And now you need to search by organization name. First of all, we can search by county. So I would just put in a county name. Here's an example, Somerset. As you can see, here's the MPRA form that you received. But if you're sending it to the public health team, this is the team you would send that to. So the Perinatal Care Coordination Public Health Team. Again, this is just based on the county that the patient lives in that you would send that referral. So this is how you would search for the county or for the health department team, that public health team. This is how you would search that. If you're looking for the MCO, you can look specifically by name. So for example, we could put in Kaiser, and you'd be able to see Kaiser Permanente, MCO, and here's the MPRA Care Management with that description. If you're not sure about the MCO list, you can also just type in MCO and the entire MCO list will come up. But to expedite the process, I would encourage you to just put in the first name and it should come up for you. So again, from the MCO, you'll repeat this process for each of those. So from the MCO, you'll do this if you need to send a referral. And then for the public health team, if you need to do this, you will repeat this. So for this, we're just going to say that United Healthcare needs to receive this. So we will check the box right next to the place we want to send the referral. We're going to hit Create Referral for Program. And this is going to bring up the basic pieces of the form. It will not have all the other details of the previous MPRA form. So this patient information form will come up. This is all auto-populated from our master patient index. And then you will just make sure that that telephone number is updated and is correct, and if change if necessary. There is a requirement for patient insurance. You just need to update the carrier type. That is all. And then you can come here to referral programs, and you will see that this is the MPRA Care Management Team. You can write any specific information about the referral here, and then you're going to put your MPRA form that you downloaded right here. So you're gonna go to your files, choose files, choose that file, and then it will attach. And you will see it has attached by the name of the document right here. So whatever you name in that document, it will repeat here and show that it's there. And then that trash can sign will come up in case you needed to delete it or change the file you put in there. Then you'll choose who's sending this. So if it's yourself, you will select yourself and your information will auto populate in here. You do not need an MPI number. However, you do need a telephone number put in here. Or you can do it on behalf of a provider if that's the case. And you can look up the provider. But majority of situations here, you're the person submitting the form. So you would click that button. It will auto-populate telephone number, and then you're checking that box that the patient was aware that the referrals are going through, which was done originally by the provider. And then you're hitting the Submit button. Once you hit that Submit button, a confirmation page will come up, and you will also receive an email that says that the referral went through. So here's an example of what that referral looks like. So again, it has that confirmation number right here. And then you also have the ability to, you'll also see what program you referred it to. That is your confirmation that the referral went through. So again, you're going to do that from the MCO standpoint. And then also if you need to do that for to send to the public health team, then you would come up here and you would put in the county that you would need to send it. You would choose the public health team, create that referral, and complete that same process that I just showed you with attaching the MPRA to that. So it's a duplicate process to both the MCO and the public health team, depending on what is needed in that time. So once you've done that, you have completed those outreaches